This episode is
Find the land so we can have enough food to show. Let's save Nigeria, so Nigeria won't die. Way to go. I love my fatherland. Oh sure. I want to know. Yes, I want to know. Which way Nigeria?
alright. So I know the question is always which way Nigeria, because every day, every time, there's always a new thing to talk about in our dear country, Nigeria. But just imagine a Nigeria where every voice is heard, every talent is nurtured, and every dream is possible. This vision can become a reality when we as citizens commit to contributing positively to our dear society. Let us also cultivate a culture of respect, innovation, and collaboration where each individual's efforts are recognized and valued. By volunteering our time, sharing our knowledge, and standing up for what is right, we can only lay the foundation for a prosperous and united Nigeria. Our combined efforts, fueled by our love for our dear country, Nigeria, will pave way for greatness.
So Nigeria won't die.
Alright, so on that note, I welcome you back to another edition of Politics Today, right here at MFM Radio and TV, where we get to set the agenda, and everything that we say here is nothing but the truth. Alright, so Politics Today is where we get to talk about the latest political development and also trending stories happening in the political space in our dear country, Nigeria. Alright, so we are live on Facebook at AIM-FM-TV. You can be a part of the conversation this afternoon. Just join me on that platform. Do also like, leave a comment, and also share this program. And of course, our studio lines are always open. If you have anything to say, if you have any question to ask my analyst this afternoon, you can call us at 0815-9194-247. And of course, you can also drop your comment on our Facebook page at AIM-FM-TV to be a part of the conversation. Alright, so my name is MOBOLAJI KAREEM, and I will be your host on today's edition of Politics Today. Alright, so I'm not doing this alone. I'll be speaking with my guest via the phone call this afternoon, Comrade Honorable Babajide Alofe. Good afternoon, sir.
MOBOLAJI Bank Anthony.
Good afternoon,
Good
sir.
afternoon.
Yeah.
Happy, and also all our viewers and listeners at home. I want to say good afternoon to you. It's a pleasure to be on the platform again this afternoon,
Yeah.
and it's a grace, and I thank you as well for giving me the opportunity and the privilege as well to come on board.
Yes, I know.
I greet all of us.
Yes, I know you are very busy, sir. So thank you so much for being a part of the program this afternoon. We really do appreciate. All right, so we have a lot of things to discuss this afternoon. But the thing is, I think last week we also we were here to talk about the protest and everything. Now the protest has started, and it started since last week Thursday, and today is the 7th day. Just remaining 3 days more for the protest. So the thing is, I want us to start this conversation this afternoon from the nationwide broadcast that the president made on Sunday. I know some protesters in Lagos said it is quite unfortunate that it took the president like 3 to 4 days before he could come up to address us. I know, and people are not saying this is not my opinion, but this is what people have been saying. People said instead of him before the protest, instead of him calling the ministers, the traditional rulers, the Khan, everybody, instead of him calling everybody, they said this is what he was supposed to have done. Meaning he was supposed to have addressed people. He was supposed to have addressed we Nigerians even before the youth says they want to embark on this protest. So my question is, do you think the president has spoken what the people really want to need? Because notable people are saying this is not what we want to hear from the president. He is not really giving us what we wanted. He has not really addressed the issue that this protest has embarked on. So people are now saying, instead of him saying he wants to meet these people, pleading to the youth to share the protest and everything, people are saying this is what he was supposed to have done even before the youth says they want to embark on this protest. So my question is, did you think, because a lot of these things has generated a lot of talking points, and people are saying this is not what we want to hear. We don't want to hear that, okay, you are doing the Lagos Calabar highway and everything. We want to hear what people can see the effects like very fast. So my question is, did you think the fact that it took the president like 3 to 4 days before addressing the nation, do you think that is a very good one? And the second question is, do you think the president has really said what we wanted to hear as citizens?
Oh, thanks so much, Bolaji.
Yes, sir.
Yes, in the first instance concerning the time when the president addressed the nation concerning the strike.
Okay.
Honestly speaking, from my own view, I think it's still very okay.
Okay.
The reason why I say so is this. Before the protest was embarked upon,
okay,
we are asking that who and who are those that we are going to hold responsible for the protest. Then are you going to start from each state to state? Then how is it going to be organized? So that's the reason why we look at it that, okay, before we can say we want to go into dialogue with anybody, as President Arasli said, that, okay, can we know those set of people that are involved? It took them a long time to know those that wants to involve in that protest, to know those that want to lead that protest. You know, a lot of things came up.
Yes.
So if we now said that, okay, the president should try as much as possible to meet some stakeholders, or some people that are involved in the protest before the protest was being done, it may not work. In the instance that the time consciousness may not, the time lapses may be too nearer to the time of protest, to the extent that the meeting may not even yield anything. And you know, it got to a stage that we don't know who and who that want to protest. We don't know who and who that are leading protest. I want to tell you categorically that that protest that is ongoing now, let me say it's ongoing. It involved like 4 or 5 group of people differently for different ideas.
Okay.
Some people came on board because there is hunger in the land. Some people came on board, I want to tell you this historically speaking, that some people came on board for the protest because they want to japa, to use that as an asylum. That I am being threatened in Nigeria because of the protest that I led, that they see that as an avenue to take asylum.
True.
Some people joined the protest because their candidate lost the election.
Yes.
The last election. Some people joined the protest because some people sponsored the protest because they were cabals that they see that the government of the day doesn't give them any good nod again, or they don't see things going on as expected from the government. So you will see that a lot of people with a lot of differences of joining. Or honestly speaking, some people, most especially in the southern part of Nigeria, southwest precisely, they join because there is hunger in the land.
Hunger, yes.
So because there is hunger in the land, so for President Bola Ahmed Tinubu to have called for the meeting before the protest, it wouldn't have yielded a positive result as expected. That's number one.
Okay.
Then number two, when we now want to go into the essence of the message of the address from the president, I can see that the address does not yield, or is just a rhetorical something of what we have been hearing before now. Honestly speaking, yes, there is no difference. I want to tell the only difference that is there is that for now there are some things that we don't know that government is doing, that we are just aware of it, and we are just seeing some that are manifesting. Okay, what do I mean by manifesting? Like students loan, some of them, they got their stipend this week.
Yes, 20,000.
And that has yes, they got 20,000 naira. Either the money is small, that one is going to give us hope to some extent.
Yes.
That these people, they can talk and do it like that. Some people doesn't believe that it will work, so they did not apply. But some people apply and they got it.
They got the money.
We may see that 20,000 is too small, but I can tell you that to some extent it's not too small.
Yes.
We may look at it that for paying some other people's school fees is a big relief. You know, because the burden will not be there again.
Too much, yes.
So but the point is this, Is it not that the smartest one, even though they apply for this, is it even though for the less privileged or the indigent among the students? But nobody to blame for this, because the presidency and the government said people should apply.
Yes.
And people started applying. So, and they give it to whomever applied, either rich or poor children. If I know that my parents cannot pay my school fees, I will have applied before now. So, you know, apart from all those kind of things that we are just hearing that maybe the presidency is doing, there is nothing special in that thing. Because the reason why it's not special is this: it is not even about what we are doing.
Okay.
It is about the relief. That what is the income of what we are doing? Okay, it may not yield there today. Where should we give you a time till that is going to yield? So it is, what is the time frame that this thing is going to yield? We all know that, okay, this thing we will not get the answer in a day.
Result, yes.
We may not get the solution in a day. It may be a gradual processing.
Yes.
But when are we going to be having the relief from the masses? If you are doing 1 million things and there is no even no relief from the masses, forget it, you are not doing anything. And so what I want to say is this, is that we have not seen anything different from the speech. The speech has not nailed what we are expecting. Because what we are expecting is this: how can we solve hunger problem in the land? How can people get it right? I said it last week.
Okay.
Look at it during that time that we were born. You know, our parents, they are there. That time that we were born, if you are 4 or 5, you will manage to rent, face me and slap you.
Yes.
You will just be, and the food will be there. They will give us 3 food, 3 square meal in a day. Despite the fact that things are not favorable, the food are so cheap. So what are doing, or what are the things that are in the pipeline to solve the hunger in the land? Those are the expected things that we want to hear. Agreed that fuel subsidy is gone, that it will not come. We agree with that. Some of us, we agree with that. Some of us, we look at it that one is normal. But what about the relief? Now that you have seen that even though the governors of each state, they are not sincere with their allocation, what other modalities do you want to take that it will make life to be comfortable for people? So the message did not address that. But it is better to even though send a message rather than not talking for all these days, rather than seeing the protest going on like that. So it is good as the president came out and addressed, despite the fact that the address that the president did has not touched where we are expecting, but it does give us a sense of belonging. What is the sense of belonging? He said, the youth have heard you loud and clear.
Yes.
And honestly, one thing I believe is this, is that we have been managing a lot of things before now.
Yeah.
Are you getting it? We have been in a tight corner. When you look at it, that we are using 97% of your resources to pay debts. You know, we have been living a fake life before now. For us to get it right, it may take time. But even though if it takes time, people will not want to hear that again. People does not want to hear time. They want something that will solve the problem. So that's the reason I believe that before the end of this year, I think the president should be able to do some things, put some policies in places that will make us to enjoy. Because so many things that he said, he has relieved us from paying this tax or this, or this, or this. Has this shown in the standard of living of the Nigerians? That's my belief.
All right, so thank you so much for that answer. The second question I want to ask you this afternoon is that, you know, I'm trying this program, I try to get people opinions and everything. So some people are saying that, but I just want to put this as a question to you. Do you think the major problems that this current administration is facing is because of the debt that was inherited from the previous administration? You know, during President Muhammadu Buhari's administration, he borrowed money, borrowed loans and everything. And you know, talking about the Emefiele printing 27 trillion naira and everything, and all of this was done indiscriminately. And you know, people are now saying we should give the president, like, and you know, this is over 1 year. I think in May we celebrated the 1 year of President Bola Ahmed Tinubu in office. Now this is over a year. Yes, this is over a year. And people are now saying that it is because of the debt, you know, the inherited loans that this current administration that it met. That is why things are going this way. Do you reason with that, sir? What is your take on that?
MOBOLAJI, honestly speaking, I reason along with that kind of analysis. It is the truth. That is the problem we are facing now. Let me analyze the problem now. And that's the reason why that even though the problem we are facing now, that there is no way that President Bola Ahmed Tinubu and his government can clean themselves because they are the one that gave us Buhari. So, you know, there is no way they can clean themselves. Buhari wasn't things. Let us believe that. Then let me now tell you where they got it wrong. The problem we are having today is the problem has been accumulating. Before now, accumulated problem is what is causing our problem now. Let me give the analysis in this way.
All right.
If it would have been better for President Bola Ahmed Tinubu when they were in opposition to have allowed Jonathan to remove the subsidy. It is another thing we will be talking about now. But they refused. They said there is nothing like subsidy.
Yes.
Buhari said, I don't think there is nothing like subsidy. But he paid subsidy when he got there. They will have allowed the man to remove the subsidy
at that time.
Although it's going to be a painful something, but we will have get the pain by that time. They will have been enjoying now. We will have moved on from there. They did not allow him to remove the subsidy. They said there is nothing like subsidy.
Yeah.
Now we are now back to where we're supposed to have been 10 years ago. That's number one.
All right.
When President Jonathan was there, there are so many money. Oil was booming there. We have so many income and revenue then. But it was really unfortunate. President Jonathan said, this money that we are having, let us save it. The president, the governor, under the Nigeria Governorship Forum, under the leadership of Amechi, they disagree. They say they must share the money. We shared everything we are having then. You don't need to blame Jonathan alone. Amechi was the one that led them, and so many others. They said, let us share this money. We must share it. And we did not have anything in reserve. And before you could understand, they shared everything. And nothing in reserve except debt. We can't service debt. And that's the reason I want to say, Bolaji.
Okay.
Majority of the problem we are having, and the problem today, is being caused by all these governors.
The previous one.
It is not only presidency or federal government alone. During those periods of Jonathan, they said, oh yeah, let's share this money. They shared the money. Nothing on reservation for us. Now Jonathan now left. Buhari now come. I want to tell you sincerely speaking, Buhari wasn't everything. But President Bola Ahmed Tinubu was part of those that gave us Buhari.
Yes.
So there is no way he can wash himself out of Buhari dirtiness. You know, Buhari was doing everything. How can a governor, central bank governor, say that he wants to contest for presidency, granted the boss, and you still remain, you make that kind of a person to still be in position? Buhari collapsed so many things. During his own time, nobody was, you know, all of them, the ministers, they are just doing the way they like. Nobody to control them. Buhari continue. So maybe we are blaming Jonathan then.
Yes.
We don't know that Buhari continue taking debt, using debt to pay a lot of things. We are using debt to give to so many other countries when we are solving here. He gave money to Niger Republic. He gave money to them, you know, when we are suffering here. Buhari collapsed everything. He destroyed everything. I want to tell you sincerely.
Okay.
He put nepotism in everything that he did. He made our debt to continue increasing. He put tribalism on everything we are doing. Kidnapping increased during its own time. Banditry increased during its own time. Nobody can touch Fulanis during his own time. They are the number one citizen of the country. They do anything they like. It spoils a lot of things. And before you understand, this debt continue accumulating. They continue paying money for subsidy. They continue paying money for subsidy. He was unable to do what Tinubu did now. Tinubu did this thing. He did it to take every blame on himself. When others are supposed to have done it, despite the fact that they are the one that did not allow Jonathan to have done it then. So if they take the blame now, no one about them. So our problem has been an accumulated problem. It is that they now look at it that we don't want the problem to continue. When we are using 97%, now reduced to 67% is a big plus. You know, so it is the accumulated problem. Even though before Obasanjo, we have been having the problem. Even though during the military era, Obasanjo now joined. Yar'Adua was unable to do much. Jonathan now joined. Buhari now wasn't the case. Then it is, even though if we want to worsen it more, Tinubu will have been continue patching it as expected. So I really agree in all ramification that the problem we are facing today is a problem of so many challenges we have been having in the past, and we have been managing it, and we have been managing it. We have been living on lies. We have been living a fake life as a country. We have been living a life that is not comfortable, and we have been managing it because it's my government, because it's my family, because it's my party, because it's my tribe that are there. Don't let me criticize. Don't let me say this. Don't let me say this. And before we could understand, we met ourselves there.
It's getting very worse.
Tinubu was, even though he can't hold it again, he was able to voice down that the problem we are facing today is accumulated problem that we have been facing in the past, that we are paying debt. You know, the same party now, for you to have said that, you have seen it a lot. So you will have seen that the problem of today, it has been the problem that has been complex before now. And unfortunately, we thought Buhari will be a messiah. We don't know that he will add to the problem. Buhari added to the problem. Let us be factual. And so now we are now meeting ourselves here that maybe we want to live in reality now. It is because we want to live in reality. That's the reason why we remove fresh subsidy. It is because we want to know what we want. That's the reason why we remove fresh subsidy. And it will take us time. I want to tell you that sincerely. Unless Bolaji will continue patching problem upon problem. It will take us time to get over this. And people don't want to listen. And that's the reason why when I look at it, that even though if it is Peter Obi that got there, there won't be any difference, because he said he will remove fuel subsidy. And after the removal of subsidy, what else do you want? Even though Atiku said the same thing. And he even said that he will sell NNPC. And people were saying, what are you saying? Selling NNPC is more or less a removal of subsidy. He's talking the reality. All of them, all the three of them that they contested, they gave up the same manifesto. So any one of them that emerge, we are going to see, or we are going to get involved in the same problem we are having now. I want to tell you that even though Obi may not even be able to have the political will or political strength to have witnessed all these things that Tinubu is witnessing. So one thing I used to say is this, is that all of them, they are giving us the same templates, the same solution they have. And it takes even the boldness to say that you want to remove that first subsidy, because we agree that it's a scam. So that's it, Bolaji.
Alright, so that's a very insightful response to that question. Alright, so if you have any contrary opinion to what my analysts have said this afternoon, just go right there to our Facebook page at AIM-FM-TV to drop your comment, or call us at 0815-919-4247. Alright, so with that, we'd like to go on a very short break. And of course, when we come back, we still have a lot of things to discuss. Alright, so stay tuned. It is still Politics Today. We'll be right back.
gbá tó tó gbá ní ṣe baálé ọba gbọ́migbọ́mi kọ̀ǹkọ̀ tó tún kọ̀ǹkọ̀ ní ṣe ọba wọn lálẹ́ odò ó jẹ́ tìròyìn tó kojú owó orin tó dùn ún gbọ́ létí àṣà ẹ̀fẹ̀ àtàwọn ọ̀rọ̀ ìṣítí lọ́lọ́kanjọ̀kan ìkànnì MFM rédíò ọba ló jẹ́ láwùjọ rédíò.
MFM fún ìdálárayá ètò àsìkò ìkọ́nilẹ́kọ̀ọ́ ìgbà gbogbo AFM ní kẹ́ ẹ máa gbọ́ ẹ má gbé kúrò níbẹ̀ nígbà gbogbo ẹni tó bá níjó tí ò jó ẹni tó bá ráyọ̀ tí ò yọ̀ ọjọ́ tí ò pẹ́ ní sunra rẹ̀ láwọ̀ ara AFM ló ní kẹ́ ẹ níjó kẹ́ ẹ jó kẹ́ ẹ ráyọ̀ kẹ́ ẹ sì máa yọ̀ AFM ni ẹ máa gbọ́ ni ẹ máa wò nígbà gbogbo.
The Aces Hotels and Conference Center is one and only event place with a clear difference and tasteful excellence here in the Asian city of Ibadan. For your next and upcoming event, whether marriage engagement, wedding reception, anniversaries, conferences, seminars, or birthday, the Aces Hotels and Conference Center is affordable and fully equipped with all imaginable modern facilities for your total convenience without headache, security, power, environment, parking space, and royal service by their staff. All roads lead to the Aces Hotel and Conference Center today at 2.5 Ijokodo Akbete Akufo Road, Akere, Ibadan. For booking and more information, call 080-8746-7420, 080-9744-1898, or 080-2869-0012. The Aces Hotels and Conference Center, where comfortability speaks in words.
Àtọkùnrin wa àtobìnrin wa ẹ̀lẹ́ o gbogbo ẹ̀yin ọkùnrin wa pẹ̀lẹ́ o gbogbo ẹ̀yin obìnrin wa pẹ̀lẹ́ o MFM TV oníkẹ́mọ́ gbọ́ o ẹ̀yin ọkùnrin wa pẹ̀lẹ́ o MFM TV oníkẹ́mọ́ gbọ́ oníkẹ́mọ́ wò lórí Instagram lórí Facebook ìdíkẹ́ wọn gbọ́ òjẹ̀mọ́ mi ẹ̀wá lórí ìṣẹ̀lẹ̀ ọ̀bánàmá ẹ̀wá lórí ẹ̀sìsì láwùjọ òjò gbogbo ìkànnà gbé wá bẹ̀ gbogbo ẹ̀ ládùnládùn gbogbo tó lóyún tó bá ronú tó bá ronú tì MFM TV oníkan mọ́ gbọ́ olólùfẹ́ mi ẹ̀yọ́ rẹ̀ wá ọkọ sọ fúnyàwó rẹ̀ MFM TV oníkẹ́ mọ́ gbọ́ ẹ̀míkẹ́ mọ́ gbọ́ òjẹ̀mọ́ mi MFM TV.
Inefficiency and indiscipline is ruining.
Alright, so you're welcome back to Politics Today, right here at MFM Radio and TV, where we get to set the agenda, and everything that we say here, everything that we say on this program is nothing but the truth. Alright, so I see I have my analyst on the phone call this afternoon, and of course we've been talking about a lot of things, and also regarding the protest, we'll be talking from the angle of, did you think, alright, so this is the question for you, my listeners and watchers at home, do you think the major problems that this current administration, the current administration of President Bola Tinubu, do you think the problem that they are facing is the fact that he inherited a lot of debt and loans from the previous administration, which was the President Muhammadu Buhari's administration? So what is your thought? Just go right to our Facebook page to drop your comments this beautiful afternoon, or call us at 0815-919-4247 to be a part of the conversation this afternoon. Alright, so Comrade Babajide.
Yes, MOBOLAJI.
All right, so another thing that I want us to talk about this afternoon is, all right, so this morning I read something on the Punch newspaper, and the story says, suspend capital project, address hunger, Magban tells federal government. Suspend capital project, address hunger, Magban tells the federal government. And the story says, Magban National President Alhaji Baba Ingazema said Nigerians have been facing difficult times over skyrocketing food prices following the removal of the fuel subsidy and the floating of naira by the federal government. So he's telling the president, saying that he should reverse the policies, the fuel subsidy removal. He should reverse the policy in order to ease the citizens' burden. And you know, the thing is, there has been a lot of talking points on this issue. So the Magban president is telling the federal government that all the projects, be it the construction of the road, you know, project, anything like that, he should suspend it for now, and also make efforts towards subsidizing food and medicine in the country. But the thing is, recently, the federal government distributed 20 trucks of rice to each state, the 36 states and in the country, and the federal capital territory, of course. And I think last year too, I think around August 2023, during the subsidy removal and everything, the federal government also approved 5 billion naira palliative for each state, meaning the federal government has been putting up or has been producing a lot of palliative to the vulnerable and the less privileged in the country. You know, recently the president said, okay, 20 trucks of rice should be distributed to the 36 states in the country. Also last year, they also said 5 billion naira will be allocated to each state in order to provide food items to the poor in their respective states and everything. I know a lot of palliative, a lot of scheme has been put in place in order to ameliorate the sufferings and the hunger in the country. But now the Magban president is saying that anything regarding the road construction, anything like that, you know, building of roads, bridges, everything, the federal government, the president should suspend it for now, and also channel this energy into subsidizing food for us to eat and also medicine. But now I've also made like 2 examples of where the federal government has actually put in place some palliative for the people in order to ameliorate our sufferings and everything. But now, do you think that all of this palliative is not enough? Because really, we've not really seen the impact. You know, 5 billion naira to the state, 20 trucks of rice, you know, and people are still clamoring, people are still saying, people are still crying that there is hunger in the country. So what is your take on this, sir?
Well, Mobolaji, thanks so much. Well, let me say I firstly concur with the Magban president concerning what he said. That for now, the federal government and the president should try as much as possible to limit or jettison capital projects. Because the reason why is that Yoruba used to say, "Pe ebi o ki wonu koro mi wo." And there is one thing that we normally say in politics, that over da or that over danu o shenkoko. If you tie road, but you don't tie stomach with food, you have not done anything.
True.
Because it is human being that will walk on the road now. It is human being that will take their cars on the road now. But they must well fed first before they can say they want to drive cars. So on a serious note, for capital projects, it should be minimized for now and face the problem of food in Nigeria. That's number one. Well, concerning the palliative, Bolaji, all those palliative, they are just for short term. It can't take us to anywhere. 20,000 trucks. For how many people? For which population? For how many days?
How many local government?
For how many families? It can't go well. It can't go far. It has limitation. So that's the reason why all those palliative, is it even though getting into the downtrodden to the masses? Is it not the same palliative that we are seeing that some states are repacking it.
Yes.
They are repackaging it and sell it. Some civil servants are selling it. Some states are giving it to their only political party members. Are we all politicians?
No.
So it does not touch where it's supposed to touch. What I believe federal government should do is, how can we get into the grassroots to have the masses that they are the one that will get the food? And what can we do to solve this problem that is a long term, not a short time? Palliative is just a short time. Although we appreciate it, but is it getting to where it's supposed to have got to?
Yes, that is the question.
But what they are giving to a family, can they take them for a month? After a month, what are they going to do again? Are they not going to go to the market again and buy in high price? So you will see that all those things that they are doing, it has not yielded the resource, because it's not thought, is not the policy that is expected now. And let me now go back to where and what I said at last week, and I will continue to say it. Let us continue to hold our governor into this. Every land belongs to the governor of each state. What are they doing to solve this problem? Federal government cannot do it alone.
Yes.
The allocation continue increasing. What are they doing with it?
The allocation.
Look at the state governor that said he can't pay 70,000 naira.
Yes.
That is even though struggling to pay 30,000 naira.
Yes.
Then so are you now going to blame federal government for that when their allocations has increased? Each state, they have their land to say they want to farm. Yes. What are they doing with agriculture from each state? Let's leave federal now.
Yes, okay.
Federal cannot solve all the 36 states. But each state are independent on their own. Don't let us load federal. Why is this federal in everything? Is it not possible for a state to have their own silos? Is it not possible for a state to have their own garden? Is it not possible for the state to make sure that the agricultural incentives are at low price for their farmers? Why are we just loading everything on federal government? How many palliative has the state government did on their own to support the one that federal government gave them? What are they doing with their increase in allocation? That's the reason why I look at it that if federal government wants to do it very well, maybe they should use a religious organization or channel another avenue to get to the masses in the downtrodden, to get into the masses in the grassroots, instead through the governors. The governors are not doing as expected, and their allocations has increased. They are even not waiting to change everything into dollar.
Yes.
So that their own pocket can be high. And when we are solving, is it like this before? The government that we are having before, they are government of the masses, that they are ready to serve the masses. But this one, they are just involved in capital projects. They just want to embark on capital because they know that it is capital project that can bring money. So the point and the fact, it is just only capital project that can take billions of naira now. And it is from billions of naira you can see your own. But all this food, something or some other things, it can't go like that. So the problem is this, as you have rightly said, the federal government, including the state government, let us be adding the state government now, including the state government, they should reduce the capital project they are doing and face this food
issue,
and
food crisis.
The food shortage we are having. Let me cite an example for you. This inflation that we are talking about is not only in Nigeria.
Yes.
It happens in abroad.
Yes, even UK.
They are facing the same challenges.
Yes.
But they are facing more, but they are looking for the solution of solving it rather than involving capital projects or in the road now. That's the reason why that you will see that they will say, okay, line up. We see them in advanced countries. We say, hunger is getting to them. They give food to the less privileged. The rich, they are paying for that. Let me give you the analysis of that. people of old age, you know, their medical bill is free of charge.
Yes.
The students and the younger ones, they are going to school free of charge.
Yes.
The people are those that are paying for that. Because go and look at the tax they are paying. They are paying tax heavily.
Yes, yes.
So they are paying tax for their children and for their old ones to enjoy. So why can't even though pay the rich pay the tax for the poor to enjoy?
To enjoy.
You understand the logic? So they look at it that they have problem and they are solving it by making sure that the rich pay more in order to accommodate the poor that cannot work and to cater for them. So can we apply the same in Nigeria? For in Nigeria, it is the poor that pay more.
More and
While the rich are getting richer. The rich, they know how they evade tax. They know how they don't pay tax. They know how they negotiate their tax with staff and bribe them and have their ways. Why they continue richer? So the point is this: not only the state, the federal government, the state government. Can we face the food? Can we face this food shortage that we are having and leave capital project for now? Let's talk one after the other. How it is. That's number one. Then number two, can we look at long-term solutions to this problem instead of all this palliative alone? Palliative cannot go anywhere. If they bring you 50,000 trucks today to Lagos alone, it will finish with before a month.
Yes.
Next month, how many are they going to bring again? So why can't even though the governors, the state governors, involve more, invest more in farming? Why can't they invest more in farming? Why can't they subsidize agricultural equipment for farmers? You know, so that's what we need for now. Not only this palliative. The palliative cannot go anywhere. If they continue giving palliative every day, it can't go anywhere. It will even though continue going to wrong places. Wrong people will continue having it. And they will continue repackaging it. And they will use it to do politics. It's not all of us that are political members of PDP. And if it comes to Ibadan today, it will be in the hand of Seyi Makinde. Then so how are we going to get it? Some may not even though be member of PDP or APC. How are they going to get it? These are the things that they need to look into. And even though if they make food prices to be lesser, to be less in price, that one will be equal than palliative.
Palliative, yes. Everybody.
They should do something that will go around, not like palliative. They should do something. Okay, if I get to market today and I get a Congo of rice for 1,200, it will go round.
Yes.
So it won't be that okay, somebody is holding it, somebody is doing no. So the state government can do it. And that's the reason why it pains me much for us in Southwest. That we rely so much in all these northerners. And if they don't bring it, we are not eating. We are now becoming lazy. After the time of, do you remember that the cocoa house that we are having today, it was built from agriculture, they name it cocoa house.
Yeah.
From cocoa money. So all of us will now rely on oil from federal. We are not building our cocoa again. We are not building some of our things again. And those are the things that Obafemi Awolowo built to make us where we are today, to make us to be ahead of other regions, to make us to be educated. What are we doing to continue that legacy? In terms of agriculture, we have lands all over places. Why can't the federal, the state government come on board? It is not only federal government, please.
Yes.
The land belongs to the state government.
Yes.
Let them do it the way they like by involving in agriculture much and do much on what is going to cut across instead of palliative. Palliative cannot go anywhere. It will go into the hands of politicians. It will go into the hands of negligible few. It will not go to the grassroots of the masses or the poor that need it. It will go to some set of people they will repackage and resell it.
Resell.
They will give it to their family. And so palliative is out of it.
All right, so like my analyst has rightly said, this is the time for us to now tax our state government. You know, everything cannot be done by the federal government alone, meaning the state government also have to do something in this issue, the food crisis and the food shortage and food insecurity. Our state governments also need to come out to do something concerning this issue, because this thing is also affecting each and every one of us in Nigeria. All right, so before we round the program this afternoon, let me just ask you one more question. All right, so still regarding about the protest and everything, the federal government are saying some people are behind this protest, saying, I know recently in Kano, Katsina, Bauchi, Jigawa, the youth, the protesters, they were seen, you know, flagging Russia flags and everything during the demonstration. And the federal government is now saying that there are some people, foreign investors are the supporters or are the organizers of this Russia flagging in the northern part of our country. So the thing is, do you think, because this is what the federal government says, do you think there are some people behind all of this? I know we've recorded a lot of chaos, violence in this northern part during this protest, you know, burning of secretariats, burning of buildings, you know, looting shops, looting government offices and everything in the northern parts when the protest started on last week Thursday. But now the federal government are saying, and they are also insisting, that there are some people, mostly foreign people, behind this protest. I know since the youth have also started flagging the Russian flag during their demonstration and everything, this is why the federal government have now stated their ground that, okay, the foreign people are behind this protest. So what do you think? Do you think some people, there are some force behind this protest, or it's just we Nigerians, we the youth, that are just demonstrating our grievances?
Okay, well, thanks so much, Bolaji. Well, let me say this, that concerning the ongoing protests, that some of the protests or protests in some other places were being sponsored. And when we are talking about it is being sponsored, it's being sponsored even though by Nigerians, before we talk about foreign. And before I go further on that, and before I give you the analysis on that, in the first instance, let me give kudos to our people in the southwest of Nigeria for having a peaceful protest.
Peaceful, yes.
This is well encouraging, and this is what we all know for. Thank God that we made the same analysis last week, and you can see that from our analysis from last week, majority of what we said manifested this week.
True, yes.
And it shows. So, but we thank the people of Southwest for their maturity. They play the maturity not because the president belongs to them, but it is purposely because they know that they are the one that will suffer for whatever they destroyed. Then it is because we are more enlightened and we are more cultured. And it is because we know that it is going to be at our own detriment. Truly we protested. We protested because of the hunger. Then okay, let us now talk about the northern part of the country. And the reason why it may look as if their own kind of protest was being sponsored. Yes. Let me give you an example. And we gave the example last week. During the time of President Buhari, there was no any single protest in the northern part of Nigeria.
Yes, during the NSAS, yes.
Arewa Consultative Forum even though came out during the NSAS that they can't protest because their son is the president of the country. But now that their son is not the president of the country, they protested and destroyed properties.
Yes, a lot.
Those people that you curbed that time, why can't you curb them in this period of time if you are not the one sponsoring them? Those people that did not come out all those period of time, those 14 years old boys, all underage, that did not come out for NSAS, why didn't you speak out that they should not protest this period of time? The protests and destruction that happened in the northern part of Nigeria, how many northern oligarchy has condemned it? How many northern leaders has condemned that? Let me now tell you this. if you now see majority of them raising Niger Russia flag, I got the analysis from my erudite and scholar pressman and one of our leader. This week. Getting what I'm saying, Bolaji?
Yes, sir, I can hear you, sir.
Hello, Bola?
Yes, I can hear you.
Are you getting me?
Yes, sir.
Let us look at this analysis.
Okay.
Nigeria Security and Civil Defense Corps complained last week that some of those that were arrested as protesters in Kano, they were from Niger Republic. They were Nigerian. And they enter Nigeria to do what? To protest with their brothers. Because their brothers are from that side. Let me now give you more analysis about that.
Okay.
As at Niger Republic today, it is the military that is ruling them.
Ruling, yes.
And the military got trade to Russia. And it is the same these people of Niger Republic that now came to Kano to solidarize with their own people. So that they can do the same thing, that they can call the Russian people to come and help their own brothers here. You know that our borders are so porous. And this thing has been going on for long, but we did not checkmate it. Majorly in Kano and so many other places in North. Whatever they are doing, because their uncle, their cousins, and their people, they are in Niger Republic, they will come and solidarize with them here in Nigeria. So that's the reason why you see them raising Russian flag. Let me give you a little analysis more about that.
Okay.
When we wanted to do the re-election of President Buhari in 2019, two governors from Niger Republic, they came to Kano to campaign for Buhari openly. They wore APC clothes. They addressed people. They spoke. They came with money and machineries to help Buhari because they see themselves as cousin and uncle. And those two governors, one of them, the name is Isamosa from Zinda, and Zakari Umar of Maradi. Both of them, they campaigned, they came with money. Let me give you this. We have been having problem with Northerners for long.
For a long time.
And they have been one of the problem. That time, Uche Secondus, the chairman of PDP, he raised the allegation that these people are coming in and they are campaigning for Buhari from other country. This is not the governor of a state. It's just as if two of our governors should go to Benin Republic and be campaigning for one of the governors there openly. That these people are campaigning for Buhari. They need to be sanctioned. And the INEC said they can't be sanctioned because they have never violated the Constitution of Nigeria. So these people, they have been coming to our territory because their uncle and brothers are here. We have been going to their own side. So when they campaign for Buhari, now that their Buhari is not there, and their brothers are saying that another person is there, but we must run the government of the person they are there, they must come and campaign for the same person. They must come and protest against
the president, the
Tinubu.
administration.
And that's the reason why that they try as much as possible to be raising Russian flag, because Russian is the one dominating their own government over there. So I think you get the analysis.
Yes, I really do.
The problem of Northerners that we are having today is being caused by their leaders. They refuse to train them. They refuse to give them education. That's the reason why you see under the age of 14 years coming out, looting library, but they did not steal a single book. They see trash, but a single book. You know, thieves don't read. Bandits don't read. Kidnappers don't read. But they can loot trash. They can loot aluminium.
Yes.
Some things that you think is not valuable, that is no condemned, they can loot condemn. But they can't loot books. Because how many MOOC did you want to sell?
Oh.
So you will have seen that the problem is from their leaders. And that was the reason why, even though the governor of Kaduna State, even though said that, he said this is a lack of seriousness from us that have been leading us for the past. He said we continue promoting kidnapping and banditry when our students are out of schools. And they use them for political purpose. Now that they want to protest because they are not the one in government, they send them out. They came out.
Massively.
They are no more. They are no longer more than with us now. But we will look at it that whatever we destroy, they went to the place for their computer reason. So that definitely you will now look at it that what is the priority of these people?
Are we still really fighting for the same thing?
Yes, that is the reason why you now see that government need to get it right. That these people need food first.
Yes,
we all need food first. Before you talk about if they will be trained in computer. Give them food first. Give us food first. Then give us education. Give them more education. Despite the fact that we are calling them less education development states, they are not developed. Despite the fact that they have ruled this country more than any other tribe, they are not developed. Despite the fact that their kinsman has been the president of this country, their life has not better. So it is not about your people being the president. It is about you being better. So you will now see that it is well sponsored, because during the time of Buhari, they did not come out to protest.
Yes, it was not.
They did not do any protest. But now that they now came out for protest again, they destroy federal government properties.
A lot of things.
You understand? They destroy what belongs to them. Then why, when you caught them during Buhari period, why can't you caught them now? How many of your leaders have come out and condemned the act that those people did? That's the reason why you will see Yoruba that they will always be different. It's not maybe because we are from there. We are talking reality. When some people say that we want to break out or we want to create Yoruba nation, we kick against them. Then who are those of their own people that are kicking against the act of their people? What they have done in the last week, how many of them have come out and have condemned it? You will have seen that even though the governor of Kano State wanted to play politics with it, he now boomerang. He said the protest is welcome. It was when he turned to another thing, now saying let it to coffee. You know, coffee. They wanted to use it to play politics until it boomerangs to them. So those youths that did not come out during the time of Buhari, why are they coming out now during the time of Tinubu?
Coming out massively again.
When they came out massively, where were they during the time of Buhari? Who are those that caught them at the level of that time, that did not caught them when it is now that their kinsmen are not in government? Are they continue to be in government? Maybe that's the reason why they brought Atiku, so that it will continue to be in Northerners. Is it their father's property? You know, so why is it that whenever you are not in government, you are ready to bring out that government? You did the same to Jonathan. Even though if some of us does not want to love Tinubu, we continue loving him. That it is probably because he did not dance to the stone of these people. That's the reason why they want to turn to another thing.
Alright, so
if he has danced into the stone of so many of them, they will not do this. So when you see some of them raising a Russian flag and looting property, some of them are Nigerians. They just came over to solidarize with their brothers, uncles, cousins that are in Nigeria. The same way they have been solidarizing with them during the election.
Alright, so it has been a really insightful conversation with my analyst this afternoon, Comrade Babajide Alofe. Thank you so much for being a part of the program this afternoon. I really do appreciate it, sir.
Thank you, Mobolaji.
Yes, sir. Alright, so with that, we come to the end of today's edition of Politics Today, right here at MFM Radio and TV, where we get to set the agenda and project the truth. My name is MOBOLAJI KAREEM. Thank you for listening. Thank you for being a part of the conversation this afternoon. I really do appreciate. All right, so with that, we've come to the end of this program. All right, so I say a very good afternoon to you once again and have a wonderful day.